Have you heard of, if you look for things that are shaped like a heart, you'll find them? This is something that I've known for a while. It's basically the whole notion that where your focus goes, your energy flows. So if you have the intention of thinking about something, you'll see it show up in your life and it will just keep flowing. And then it's kind of like this cycle. Like if you keep focused on it, you'll see more and more and it will more unfold for you, which is so fun if you're focused on the right things, okay? Because imagine you're not focused on, so this heart thing is known in literature, it's called your reticular activating system in your brain. And your brain is able to notice things. It's things such as, it's things such as if you, I know, I grew up in the UK, so we think of, if you see yellow car, punch out, see yellow car, but then you start seeing yellow cars everywhere, and they're pretty rare. But it's because your brain is wired now to pay attention to the cars that are coming up. Now, if we focus on seeing a heart thing, I know Mel Robbins has spoken about this. Think about what you will, but this is a proven thing in science, that if you go out and you look for, it doesn't even have to be a heart, it can be any shape that you want. If you want to see like a horse, let's say, just think it, have it in your mind. And this is the thing, you'll start seeing horses and you're like, what is going on? But it's just your brain is wired to think this way because your thoughts are things. And people don't really recognize this in this major way because it's easy to default, to go back to what your default thinking is and not understand the influence that it has, because I think we've in the society learned that we're not powerful and things kind of just like happen to us. And I'm here to let you know that this is not the case. You have control over this loop and what you focus on. It doesn't feel that way because there's so many external things that are here affecting how you experience life and what you do. But just try it. It doesn't have to be a heart. You can make something up. As I said, like a horse, you can make up, I don't know, I want to see a stick. This showed up for me in a way when I was thinking about what I want to create next. And I have this like framework, and part of it was one morning I was thinking of, hey, Pokemon, what about this? You'll see this as it unfolds. This is not me trying to plug, but this is what showed up for me. I was like, oh, and the reasons why we like Pokemon is like we evolved. I kid you not. I saw that day, the route I walk every day, I saw Pokemon cards on the floor. I walk this route every single day. They weren't there yesterday. They weren't there when I went back the next day. But the day I thought about the Pokemon cards, they showed up. And this is just how your brain works. And it doesn't have to be significant, but if you're also not paying attention, this is where the disconnect can come. Because then you're just in the loop, right? So I share the story about me because I want you to know that you have more power than you think. The way you focus your attention. So if it's just like a very passive, oh, this is just what's happening with me, I'm just going with the flow, I'm just experiencing this because this is how it's supposed to be and there's nothing more for me. Nope, not the case. You're putting blockages in yourself. But also, if you don't really know what you want to pay attention to, this is part of the, I don't want to say issue, but it's part of the challenge. Because if you're not focused on anything, you will focus on everything, which can be okay in certain phases of life, right? But if you're in this state of like feeling stuck, if you're feeling like nothing's working out for you, if you're feeling like things are against you, I want to let you know that they're not. You're just not working with the way that the world works. And if you want to break out of it, I've stressed this before, but the importance of you being able to disconnect from any noise, any issues that come up, that are not connected to you and your mission, your goal, or what even you feel like you like or want to do, you have to shut it off, shut it down. And not in a way that has to be so challenging or disruptive to others. It's just you can just disengage from it. If you think it's not working for you, if there's other things you want to focus on, it's really important because it's always going to flow. And these are the things that actually are truly like in your heart, on your heart of what you actually want to do, because there's so many distractions in life. And the only thing that really makes us unique is to be able to differentiate from these things to what we are. And it can feel very difficult, actually, because if you think about it, if this loop, say this isn't a heart anymore, right? We're like disconnected, so it's like a broken heart. Maybe that's a better way to put this. If it's a broken heart and you're just still going in this loop, that's all you're going to feel, right? But if you're focusing on the full heart, the fixed heart, the focused heart, the heart that is full of you, not anyone else, imagine the difference this would make. Now, take the steps to be able to understand your power. Because your soul has a purpose, it has a plan, it has a passion, it has something on here. But this makes it so challenging being around all this noise. It's hard to disconnect when you're in this life cycle, for sure. But this video is for someone that's ready to kind of break out of the stuff that is holding them back. Because there are so many things, right? People have traumas, they have things that have happened to them that we connect to. And think about it. So this cycle is supposed to be like nice and flowy. And it may feel like this even if you're in a trauma loop, because you're like, oh, I see this pattern and then this happens and then this happens and this happens. But yeah, it's because you're in this cycle. So we need to step off for a second and reinvent the wheel. And it's not like a reinvent the wheel that's crazy and it's something that is not heard of or thought of for you. But this is the thing, you're on your own unique path, and if you're always following what other people are doing, you're going to be in a cycle of the broken heart because it's not meant for you. And you're always going to feel disconnected. You're never going to feel grounded in yourself because of this. And this is not how we want to live life. I mean, I think if you're watching this video, it's not how you want to live life. So be you. Be you and follow what is truly on your heart. Because it's really important for us to be able to be our own, stand on our own, and do the things that are unique to us. Because we all have our own gifts. And imagine if we all were just in this sovereignty of being able to see them and to share them. This makes the whole world a better place. And this was my previous message too, of how self-care kind of isn't selfish. Focusing on you isn't really selfish, because what it does is it brings this strength to you, which also brings strength to others. So how you're able to really disconnect from what is not meant for you and stand in this raises everything. This is even like a platform. We're on another level now. We can rise up and be more effective. If this is what you want to do, of course, this isn't like pressure for you to do it, but if it's something that you want to do, if you feel like you're stuck and trapped in a certain cycle that isn't working for you to rise up, you have to focus on it too. It's not going to happen passively, unfortunately. Some things can, but you have to still be active in the unfolding and in the steps that you take to get there. Okay, because if this is so it's like this is going off the beaten path. It shouldn't be that way, but that's how society kind of is and how we keep ourselves busy and distracted. But to go off the beaten path, to do things that haven't maybe not been done before, to make all these new connections, to understand these new ways of being, get new understandings, experience new things in life, we have to go off the beaten path. And this is how things are discovered, right? Think about even world wonders. If you just go on the same path all the time, the well-trodden ones, you're never going to find anything new. So we have to go off the path. I implore you to think of something that you want to see your day. Make it fun. It doesn't have to be anything super serious. So like what, a horse, a heart, like whatever you want it to be. See if you can find it. But you also have to go outside. You have to go out and find these things, because if we're just sitting at home on our phones, it's very limited of what can flow to us. It's possible, especially in this day and age, right? We have the age of the internet era, but more will find you if you are more available and not attached to things that are not serving you.